I paid only 200 euros to get from Italy to New York City. In this video, I'll show you how. If you're wondering how I managed to travel for so little money that I can afford to do it completely full-time without having a regular job, this video will add another piece to the puzzle. Here you're gonna see exactly how I moved from one place to the other, from one continent to another, with the minimum amount of money possible. Intercontinental flights are obviously the most expensive ones. So here I show you how I got from Europe to America. I started by looking for the cheapest option from one continent to the other, disregarding the specific city. This way I found this ridiculously underpriced flight that went to New York City for only 133 euros. The only problem was that flight would have left from Oslo to New York City, and in that specific period of time I knew that I would have been in Italy visiting my parents. I bought it anyways because it was just too cheap not to buy it, and only later I found out how to get from Italy to Norway, which is like the two opposite sides of Europe, as you already know. And that connection from Italy to Oslo actually took me quite a bit of research, I must say. But eventually I found this solution. I booked the cheapest flight I could find that went to Scandinavia, which was a flight from Venice to Copenhagen. And then from Copenhagen to reach Oslo, it's actually 600 kilometers. So you have to go through a big piece of Sweden to get from Denmark to Norway. But Flixbus has these super cheap buses that go from Copenhagen to Oslo. And I knew that because I did the same thing 1 month earlier. So that was not hard to find. In the end, I just checked that all the timetables could work together and I booked the tickets. The flight from Venice to Copenhagen, I paid 32 euros, while the bus from Copenhagen to Oslo, I paid only 6 euros. You may think that the journey turned out way too complicated to be worth the money that I saved. But to me, the journey is part of the trip. And this is the thing that I want you to understand from this video. In a second, you're going to start watching the vlog that I filmed in those 2 days of traveling. And you'll hopefully understand that it was so fun to organize the trip in such a non-linear way that in the end it was totally worth the money that I saved. I guess it's not difficult to understand where I am. Today and tomorrow I'm gonna take you with me into the journey of a full-time traveler. Basically, I found a super cheap flight from Oslo to New York. I wanted to go to New York, and the cheapest flight from Europe was from Oslo. I just bought it like 2 months ago without even thinking how I could have gone to Oslo. Well, to get to Oslo cheap enough to make the journey worth, I had to find a kind of a weird solution. So I'm gonna travel for 2 days now from my parents' house, because I was visiting my parents before Easter, up to Oslo and then to New York. I'm gonna take you with me and show you how it's done, how you can travel for super cheap if you have time to spend. The reason why we are in Venice right now is that our hometown is just 1.5 hours from Venice, and Venice is the biggest airport nearby. So we have to came here to go to the airport. I mean, I had to come here, and my parents with my whole family decided to give me a ride by car, and so we could just spend the day in Venice and enjoy the beauty here. And then they will go home and I will go take the airplane, which is at 5 in the afternoon from the Venice airport Marco Polo. super cold. Hello, Denmark. Okay, I think I found a spot where I'm going to spend the night. It's a little bit too quiet. I'm afraid that now it's between 9 and 10 p.m. But I'm afraid that when the airport is gonna close, this is gonna be a too quiet spot. But it has the most comfortable benches. I'm not sure. Let's see. I don't know. My first time sleeping in an airport. And by the way, I just made a video where I explored the airport and I show you like the different sleeping possibilities and how the toilet works, drinking water, plugins, everything. So if you want to check it out, just go here, like in the cards up, and I will link it also in the description below. I have a plug here, which is very convenient, and that's it. I'm gonna do some work now on my laptop. I'm gonna edit some videos. I don't know what to expect, really. I don't know. I'm a little bit scared. Good morning. It's 7:30 in the morning. Now I'm going to get the bus. I'm at the central station of Copenhagen right now, and I wanted to finish the story of last night. Well, I didn't sleep, guys. I mean, I was sleeping like half an hour and then wake up, 20 minutes and then wake up, and it was the whole night like this. It was not so bad actually. What is funny is that I was here a few weeks ago. It's very strange. I was here in Copenhagen and I came by Flixbus like 1 month ago? Not even. It was my first time in Copenhagen, and now a few weeks later I'm back here, back in the same spot of Copenhagen where the Flixbus stop is. So this is a bit strange sensation. I'm in Oslo and it's freezing in Norway. You have no idea, it's still winter here basically. I was here until only 10 days ago, but I forgot how cold it was, because in this past 10 days in Italy it was like almost 20 degrees or maybe 20 degrees. Here it's still maybe 5. Not the elevator. Always take the stairs, guys. Especially if you travel a lot and you have to sit long hours, then of course don't use the elevator. Try to stay fit, at least try.
I'm wearing like 5 jackets and I have other 5 knotted on my waist. But I feel fine. Fortunately, it's pretty cold, so I'm not too hot. Ready to board. See you in America.